Welcome to Value Vest Daily. Today, we are diving deep into a stock that is just on an absolute tear while the rest of the market is kind of snoozing. Hive Digital Technologies. We're going to break down its explosive move, the massive catalyst that's lighting a fire under it, and, what it all means for you if you're trying to figure out this wild intersection of AI and cryptocurrency. But first, you know the drill, the important stuff.
Just a quick reminder, everything we talk about today is purely for informational and educational purposes. This is not financial or tax advice. You absolutely have to do your own homework and talk with a professional before making any investment decisions. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get right into the action.
So let's kick things off with the number that probably got your attention in the first place. Hive stock just jumped around 15% in a single day. Now, on a day when most other Bitcoin miners were kind of flat, maybe even down a little bit, Hive just lit up the trading screens. I mean, when you see a move like this, a total outlier, you have to ask yourself, why? What did the market suddenly figure out that caused this kind of feeding frenzy? And as you're about to see, it wasn't just the price that was screaming.
The real story, the thing that tells you something big is happening, is the volume. Just look at this. Over 60 million shares traded hands. That is 5, maybe 6 times its normal daily volume. Look, this isn't just a few people on social media getting hyped up. This is the footprint of a T-Rex stomping through the market. This is big money, institutional money, making a decisive move. A price surge on this kind of massive volume is a huge, flashing signal that something fundamental has changed, and the market is repricing this company's future in real time.
And that brings us right to the heart of it, the big question we're tackling today. Is this sudden explosion the rocket fuel for a whole new era of growth for Hive, powered by this unstoppable AI wave? Or is this a classic dilution trap, one of those situations where a company raises a bunch of money, but it ends up hurting shareholders in the long run? We're going to dig into all of it, the facts, the catalysts, the good, the bad, and give you the full picture.
So, to really get what's happening here, you have to understand that Hive is not just a simple Bitcoin miner anymore. That's the old story. They are right in the middle of a massive, super deliberate strategic pivot. For years, the market knew them as one thing, but behind the scenes, they've been building a second engine for growth. And that second engine is what's causing all the excitement. Let's start with their foundation, though, their bread and butter. Hive runs a really serious Bitcoin mining operation. We're talking around 25 exahashes per second of hash rate, which is just a fancy way of saying they have an immense amount of computing power securing the Bitcoin network. This is no small fry operation. But what's really key here is they're known for being one of the greenest miners out there. Their data centers are mostly powered by clean, stable, and super cheap hydroelectricity. This is their cash flow engine, the bedrock of the whole company.
This slide lays it out perfectly. It's like they're becoming two companies in one. On one side, you've got the Bitcoin mining business. It's established, it provides a steady stream of cash, though, it's tied to the crazy volatility of Bitcoin's price. But on the other side, that's the new thing. That's the high-growth engine, Buzz AI Cloud. This is their high-performance computing business. Think about it. All this AI stuff like ChatGPT needs a ridiculous amount of processing power. Hive is building out these massive clusters of high-end GPUs, the special chips that power AI, and then renting that compute power out. This creates a high-margin, recurring revenue business, and it is the absolute core of today's story.
So what was the spark? What lit the fuse for that 15% pop? Well, every huge stock move has a catalyst, and this one for Hive was a total bombshell. Right after the market closed, they announced a financial deal that is, frankly, just a stroke of genius in this economy. It's like they just got a massive tanker truck of rocket fuel delivered right to their front door.
$100 million, that's the number. Hive announced this private deal for exchangeable senior notes, and get this, the deal was originally only supposed to be for $75 million, but the demand from big money institutions was so huge they had to upsize it to a full $100 million. That alone tells you that the sophisticated players on Wall Street are really, really confident in what Hive is doing.
But wait, here is the absolute craziest, most important number of all, 0%. In a world where interest rates are super high, where companies are paying a fortune to borrow money for growth, Hive just locked down $100 million at 0% interest. Let that sink in for a second. This is essentially free money. It's pure, uncut fuel they can pour directly into their AI rocket ship. It is an unbelievably smart move.
Let's just unpack that quote for a second. When a deal is oversubscribed, it means the line of people wanting to give the company money was out the door and around the block. The fact that it was both oversubscribed and then made bigger tells you everything. The smart money, we're talking institutional investors who do months of deep research. They're not just interested, they are banging on the table trying to get a piece of Hive's AI future. That is a massive vote of confidence.
And there's no mystery about where this free money is going. The company was crystal clear. It's all earmarked to buy brand new, top-of-the-line GPUs, to build out the data centers to house all that new hardware, and just generally to hit the accelerator on the entire Buzz AI cloud business. This isn't some vague plan. It's a direct line from capital to execution. Okay, so raising money is one thing. That's great. But anybody can throw the letters AI in a press release and see their stock pop for a day. What really separates the contenders from the pretenders is execution. And this is where Hive is now showing real tangible proof that their AI dream isn't just some idea on a slide deck. It's already up and running in the real world. This right here is why the market is so excited. This isn't a "we hope to do this one day" plan. Back in March, Hive already flipped the switch on its first Buzz AI cluster in Paraguay. And guess who's using it? Researchers from Columbia University. Yeah, that Columbia, a top-tier research institution, is running actual live large language model training. That's the super complex AI that powers things like ChatGPT. This is proof of concept gold. It's a huge stamp of approval that validates their tech and their business model.
And this breaks down their secret weapon. Why Paraguay of all places? Because of cheap, abundant, renewable hydroelectric power. AI data centers are incredibly power hungry, so having access to some of the lowest cost green energy in the world turns their biggest expense into a massive competitive advantage. They also get a geographic edge, offering a sovereign AI solution for Latin American companies that need to keep their data local. And they're just getting started. The plan is to scale this up to over 100 megawatts. It's a huge vision.
All right, so we have this massive financial catalyst, and we have real-world proof of execution. It all sounds amazing, right? But as smart investors, we have to be disciplined. We have to look at both sides of the trade. So now it's time to weigh the bull case against the bear case and figure out where the real opportunity and the real risk is hiding.
Let's just lay it all out. The bull case is obviously very compelling. You've got this dual revenue engine, you've got $100 million of free money, you've got validation from a world-class university, and you have that killer cost advantage from hydropower. If they pull this off, the potential for 5x, maybe even 10x returns is absolutely on the table. The tough part is you can't really use a simple valuation model here. Do you value the known but volatile Bitcoin business or the speculative but potentially gigantic AI business? The bulls are betting big on the AI side. Now, the bear case. You can't ignore it. The number one risk is that eventual share dilution from those notes we talked about. There's also huge execution risk. They're playing in a league with giants like Amazon and Google. And finally, as long as they're a Bitcoin miner, their fate is going to be tied, at least partially, to the wild swings of the crypto market.
And here it is. This is the number that every bear has circled in red ink. $2.57. This is the price where that $100 million in notes can be converted into regular stock. With the stock trading right around here today, this isn't some far-off threat. It's right on the doorstep. It means that as the stock tries to climb higher, there's this big cloud of potential new shares waiting to be created, which will water down the ownership for everyone who holds the stock now. This is the trap part of the dilution trap, and you have to be aware of it. So what's my take? After looking at everything, Hive seems to be one of the most asymmetric plays out there right now, right at this intersection of Bitcoin and AI. And what does asymmetric mean? It just means the potential reward looks a whole lot bigger than the potential risk. Yes, delusion is real, execution risk is real. Those things could absolutely cause you to lose money. But the upside, supercharged by zero-cost capital and a proven high-margin business in the hottest sector on the planet, well, that upside could be truly game-changing for this company. And that brings us right back to where we started. We've laid out all the facts. So what do you think? Is this a screaming momentum buy, a chance to get in on the ground floor of a huge pivot? Or do you see that $2.57 conversion price looming overhead and say, nope, that's a classic dilution trap? Seriously, I really want to know what you all think. Drop a comment below. Are you looking to buy Hive if it dips? Are you already in and adding to your position? Or are you just grabbing the popcorn and watching this one from the sidelines? Your perspective is a massive part of this community, so let's hear it.
And hey, if you got any value out of this deep dive today, could you do us a huge favor and just smash that like button? And make sure you're subscribed with the little notification bell clicked so you never miss our next breakdown. Please subscribe, like, and share ValueVest Daily for daily learning opportunities before you put your money to work. And one last thing, let us know in the comments if there are any other specific high-risk, high-reward opportunities like this one that you want us to break down. We really do build this content for you, so tell us what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.